All right, I'm going to talk real quick on why does GSP want to return? Why does he want to come back to the UFC? 2016, it's June right now. GSP saying he wants to come back, fight Michael Bisping. Not even in his weight class. Okay, so why does he want to do this? First of all, why did GSP leave? Why did he retire? He retired because he couldn't compete anymore. He got destroyed by Johnny Hendricks. Literally destroyed. I mean, any self-respecting human being would have taken that belt, walked across, and handed it to Johnny Hendricks. Okay, he did the strikes that he did land were those fake strikes, the sparring strikes, just to, I could touch you, but your heart rate's not going up. If you throw a punch for real, even a jab, your heart rate will start to climb. GSP is just doing like that fake touching. I mean, you even won't see Johnny Hendricks' face, and even, go watch when Nick Diaz fought him. He said he hits like I don't swear in my videos, but he hits like a girl, basically is what he said. And, can GSP hit you harder? Yeah, of course he can. GSP used to be a more exciting fighter years ago, but he's not striking for real. He's giving you a stiff jab. Yeah, maybe it'll jerk your head back, but he's not really putting anything into it. He's not throwing himself off balance. So he did absolutely nothing to Johnny Hendricks. Johnny D. Hendricks beat the living snot. And like I said, I'm not swearing in my videos. He beat the living snot out of George St. Pierre. He beat him up so bad that George St. Pierre had to retire because he knew he couldn't compete, and he didn't want to take a beating like that anymore. Said he's making $500,000 a fight. To him, to make $500,000 to get beat up that bad wasn't worth it. He retired. And the proof of it is he wants to come back now. He hasn't had a paycheck for a while, right? A couple of years. And so he's coming back for Red Panty Night. That's what, He's just coming back to make some money. And he's dodging the 170-pound division. Why? Because he can't compete. You've just seen Johnny Hendricks get destroyed by Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. I don't like that Wonderboy. I don't know, that sounds stupid. Stephen Thompson. Now, do you think George St. Pierre could beat Stephen Thompson? No. Johnny Hendricks got destroyed. And you heard GSP talk about how great Rory McDonald. Rory McDonald looked terrible. He looked terrible. And I think it could have been brain damage from the Robbie Lawler fight. I even said that. Guys, go watch. People they dislike my videos and then they go click on my channel, go watch Roy McDonald versus Stephen Thompson. I made that video long before the fight ever happened. I talk about Roy McDonald, maybe suffering severe brain damage and not being able to compete the same. After you get hit and get beat up like Robbie Lawler beat up Roy McDonald, and then look at when Roy McDonald came out against Stephen Thompson. Did he look like himself? No. And it's like, so people like to say, like the comments, I don't know anything and all this. But I tell you what, man, as a whole, sometimes I might get it wrong. There's upsets in fighting. But as a whole of how this plays out and having a good understanding of mixed martial arts, I've been watching mixed martial arts since the beginning of mixed martial arts. And I really enjoy talking on the subject. And I feel I'm pretty knowledgeable. And actually, I think I'm more knowledgeable than a lot of people that run these companies and put these fights on. They put on some really stupid matchups, man. Like, I talked in Conor McGregor versus Nate Diaz. What a stupid matchup that was. And, it was a great fight, because we're Diaz fans, of course, I want to see Nick Diaz win, but what just a dumb fight. It just did, so getting off topic a little bit, but at the same time I'm not, because you take somebody who hasn't fought in years and put him in there against Michael Bisping, So basically George St. Pierre knows he's going to come come back to, if he came back to 170, he's going to get destroyed. He doesn't want to fight Robbie Lawler. Robbie Lawler would probably knock the guy out or give him severe brain damage like he did to Roy McDonald. You know, so he didn't give Roy McDonald brain damage. Did you see Roy McDonald versus Stephen Thompson? He looked terrible. He looked horrible. It's terrible coaching too. These guys, what an embarrassment, man. What an embarrassment. So anyway, GSP thinks Roy McDonald's better than him. That's what he thinks. So how is GSP going to compete? And he's all fat now too, by the way. GSP is all bulked up and fat, and so he thinks he's going to come fight Michael Bisping. Well, I tell you what, Michael Bisping might knock him out, but he's definitely not. He definitely is not as maybe threatening as it is, you know, fighting Robbie Lawler. I mean, nobody wants to get hit by Robbie Lawler. I mean, you literally could die. And then you got Stephen Thompson, who's probably going to beat Robbie Lawler when they fight. You know, I think Stephen Thompson will beat Robbie Lawler just because he's younger, the way he's looked, and if you just look what he's done to these guys who gave you know, Robbie Lawler a close fight. But so guys, you know, so GSP is basically coming back. He's just trying to get some money and get a title shot. And if he loses, he won't be as embarrassed. He's like, because it's outside his weight class, and it's like, man, don't fall for this stuff. And even Michael Bisping should just be like, you know, I'm not fighting this guy. He hasn't even been fighting. He's not even ranked. He's not even ranked. He's not even ranked. I mean, if anything, you know, Michael Bisping would take it because it would be, you know, a lot of people are going to pay to see it and all this, and he's going to make some money. But it's just, I kind of wish people were more educated, because like you people are paying money to see these fights that, you know, in my eyes are just stupid. Like, why? What is the point of even fighting? And it's like it's almost like a clown act. Like, I would rather see the best fighters fighting the best fighters and guys matching up. I mean, you know what would be a good fight? George St. Pierre comes back and fights Roy McDonald. That makes more sense. Roy McDonald's on some losses. You know, throw him a fat GSP. And I tell you what, I would be rooting for Roy to beat GSP, obviously. But anyway, guys, I don't know. What do you guys think about this? I think it's a clown act. I don't think people should promote this. Definitely don't pay for the fight. I mean, when you have people that are not even ranked and they're just throwing them in there, jumping from weight class, and people just running their mouth, like those Chael Sonnen fights. I mean, nobody ever should have paid a dime to see Chael Sonnen versus John Jones. Like, what? Like, I mean, other than you get to watch Chael Sonnen lose, but I can't stand Chael Sonnen, but even I don't want to see somebody get beat up by somebody, or, you know, or ultimately killed. I mean, John Jones could have literally, like, head kicked Chael Sonnen. You know, I mean, he had no business being in there with the guy. And, you know, I think this is a serious, you know, they want to call it a sport. It's fighting, but I don't think fighting is anything to play around with. Putting guys in there that shouldn't be in there with other guys, and taking these smaller guys, putting them in higher weight classes. And there's weight classes for a reason, okay? If there's a weight class of 185 pounds, the reason there's a 170-pound class is because these guys that are at 170, they cannot fight those bigger guys. That's why there's a weight class, because they can't compete there. They're not big enough. They can't compete. People say it doesn't matter. It does matter. That's why there's weight classes. That's why the whole weight classes things even started. Frankie Edgar, you know, that's like, people talk about that. What, you know, how come Demetrius Johnson is more popular? Because he's a midget, dude. He's a midget. He can't. Demetrius Johnson cannot beat me up. And you could comment, but he won't. I promise you, he won't. Because he's a midget. I will pick that guy up and I will body slam him. I'll judo throw him against a brick wall. I could take somebody like that and judo throw him on top of a fire hydrant. and the fire hydrant will just pierce through their body. That's in real life. Okay, I mean, I literally pick them up like someone bigger in a bar. I should say me, because people go, you'll get destroyed, you know, because I don't like you. But a bigger guy will take Demetrius Johnson, pick him up in a bar, throw him through a window. I mean, he is a munchkin. That's why Demetrius Johnson cannot beat, John Jones. It's physically impossible. That's why they're not as popular, because they're not the toughest guy. They're the toughest guy against those other smaller guys, and that's why the bigger guys are always regarded as a badder individual. And I think that's what people like about the whole heavyweight division. It's just a bigger, you see what I'm getting at. So anyway, George St. Pierre versus Michael Bisping. It's a really stupid fight. Don't spend your money to watch it. It's a clown act. George St. Pierre just is dodging 170 because he can't compete, and he's fat and bigger and fat and eating cheeseburgers. Yeah, he's training. Actually, he looks really physically fit as always. And he's also a steroid user. I'll see you guys later.